Hey guys, it's Core Ross and welcome to Six News. So today we're talking about an as yet unnamed Rainbow Six Siege squad, and this one is headed by Cav. Now we know a lot of information about this squad, but we don't actually know the name. So I'd love to see your guesses in the comments below because the last squad for Rainbow Six was called Wolfguard. So presumably, with this being a spider, this is Spider something, maybe? And this video is sponsored by R6 Tracker. This is an app you can get on Windows that gives you an overlay in-game. I love the operators tab where I can actually see my top operators either by all of my seasons or the current season, but also you can use it to track your games while you're playing. So for instance, it says here that my team has a 49% chance of winning. I can also tell that the best player or potentially best player on the enemy team loves Valkyrie, so I tried to get Valkyrie banned. And if you want to get R6 Tracker yourself, there's a link in the description below. And we'll see this squad being the major focus in the next season, which is season 4. And presumably with all the delayed kind of features coming out in that season 2, it could be one of the biggest feature-rich ones as well. But at the beginning of this year, we actually got the leaders of all these squads. And we can see it in Harry's board. So Thermite heads up one team, Hibana heads up another, Doc heads up Wolfguard as we found out later, and Cav heads up her squad. And we also know who is in those squads because it actually says above their name. So Flores, Zero, Mozzie, Yana, Warden, Nuke, Glaz, Valkyrie, Elysian, Zofia, Vigil and Maverick are all in that team. And back when this board was originally shown off, we had no idea that the squads were going to have focuses or anything like that, and we had no clue what this squad was going to do. Obviously, Wolfguard ended up being the humanitarian squad, whereas this spider-based squad is definitely intel gathering or intel retrieval. And with hindsight now, that does seem obvious with Zero, or otherwise known as Sam Fisher, being on the squad, so potentially that was obvious from the start. And our first look at this spider icon being used by the squad is on Nuke's phone, which was on the test server, and you should now find it in the live server as well, where she picks up her phone and she's got this on. Now, at first I thought, oh, this is a bug. They accidentally put this in and they didn't mean to. But with Nuke being the final part of this year's Battle Pass, it seems obvious now that this is actually an Easter egg that they deliberately put in to show off the next squad's icon and give us a really good look at it. So I've now been able to create my own version of this icon. And yeah, it's definitely a pretty cool one. Much more complicated than the Wolfguard one. So I appreciate that. And the icon also shows up on other things as well. So for instance, the Battle Pass uniform for Nuke has the little spider icon on it. And her weapon skin also has it. But you'll notice that it's being covered up by some tape. I don't think this is exactly the most skillful way to cover up a logo. I presume someone could just peel that off if they actually got this weapon somehow. But yeah, it's just being, a bit more clandestine and sneaky by covering up in some of the actual cosmetics as well. And even though this season has been focused, of course, on Grimm and his team at Nighthaven, the actual storyline has been following the infiltration of the Nighthaven base by Nuke and Sam Fisher, which is very cool. Now Sam, he is just in a boat, driving Nuke away at the end. He is getting on a little bit in age, so it looks like Nuke is the one sneaking around in the actual bases, but Sam is still there actively helping out, which is cool. And I'm also going to mention that Thatcher is in the Battle Pass as well, which made me think, oh, maybe he is also in Cav's squad and is helping out, because the EMP would be pretty good for useful to sneak around and all that. But he's actually listed as being on Hibana's squad. So I think more likely he's just filler for the Battle Pass rather than being on Cav's squad. But it is possible that a few team members maybe have moved around from squad to squad. It has been 6 months since his board was originally revealed. But I'm going to make an educated guess that he'll turn up on Hibana's squad a few seasons from now, sometime next year. But anyway guys, that is all we know right now about the new squad who will be the focus of the next season, presumably. And it is an intel gathering kind of spy squad that goes around infiltrating bases. Whether that actually ends up being any kind of gameplay, I doubt it. However, the next new operator will probably be part of this squad, which means they're probably going to be some sort of intel gatherer, whether it's on defense or attack. And I'm quite happy to see what they might come up with for that. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you next time.